President Trump also announced a new trade deal with the UK. All that Britain demands in return is that we keep these two. Elon built electric cars. He's going to Mars. Why isn't he even involving himself with Twitter? It would be like if the Prince of England gave it all up just to marry an actor from Suits.
Earlier today, Suits actress Meghan Markle married some unemployed dude who still lives with his grandma.
Saturday Night Live dropped a bombshell that rippled across social media and shocked Hollywood. Colin Jost fired a brutal shot at Meghan Markle, calling her the mini Brigitte Macron, the so-called Queen of Slap, an insult sharp enough to sting live on air. The barb landed like a knockout punch, sparking frenzy and disbelief. What started as a sarcastic swipe at the French First Lady blew up into a viral nightmare overnight. Meghan Markle didn't take it lightly. Inside sources say she was furious. The fallout hit fast and hard, turning a joke into a full-blown crisis with no signs of slowing down. Private freakouts, furious calls to NBC, and predictably, another PR nightmare that shredded Meghan's shaky Hollywood standing. This one line on SNL wasn't just a joke, it blew up into a scandal that ripped through her public image like a wildfire. Here's the lowdown. When a self-styled duchess with fake political dreams gets exposed live on air, the fallout is explosive. The tiniest spark ignited a chain reaction shaking her world to the core. Get slammed on live TV compared to one of Europe's most infamous first ladies. If you're Meghan Markle, that sparks a full-blown meltdown. And Brigitte Macron? Word is she slapped her husband in pure outrage. Welcome to the scandal that blew up Saturday Night Live, crashed the internet, and left Meghan seething and humiliated on 2 continents at once. Here's how Meghan's media dream crashed live in front of millions. It began with one brutal punchline on Saturday Night Live. Colin Jost dropped the line everyone's talking about. Meghan launched a political podcast because, apparently, the world needs a mini Brigitte Macron with royal clout but zero political sense. Boom. The crowd laughed loud, but that roast hit way deeper. It shattered Meghan's fragile setup. A royal gone rogue, craving titles but lacking credentials, just a cheap knockoff of Europe's most mocked political spouse. That mini tag wasn't just an insult, it was a total wipeout, branding her weaker, less respected, and fake. Once the episode aired, Meghan flipped. Her team stormed NBC and Netflix, demanding apologies and calling the sketch xenophobic, a direct hit on her ambitions. NBC slammed the door. Insiders say executives are done with Meghan's endless drama behind the scenes. The showdown was far from over.
The more vindictive, sort of nasty figures in public life.
More troubles for poor Meghan. She's been threatened with a $10 million lawsuit after a woman suffered catastrophic burns, allegedly.
She demands to be treated like a head of state, but acts more like a social media influencer. One producer said it best. Meghan even blamed her own team for missing the joke. Seriously, she thought Saturday Night Live should have gotten her okay before airing it. Delusions? Off the charts. Entitlement? Even higher. But it gets crazier. Across the channel in France, Brigitte Macron wasn't laughing either. Word leaked from the Élysée Palace. Brigitte barged into her husband's office the morning after the episode, furious over being linked to Meghan Markle. The scandal was snowballing fast, 2 royal worlds clashing and a drama spiraling out of control. What happens when ego meets unexpected backlash? The fallout was far from finished.
Actually is quite different. I don't look at Meghan as someone who I would get business advice from.
To write a resume, I don't know what I would call myself.
If she doesn't know, how are we supposed to?
And also, I think the lens through which she views the world is very peculiar.
Highly incongruous, and she is living in La La Land. Look, I couldn't even watch all of this interview.
And then, the moment that rocked everyone, Brigitte reportedly slapped President Macron, shouting, "Do I look like that spoiled American narcissist to you?" The Élysée denied the incident, but French insiders swear something fierce went down behind the scenes. No one's backing Brigitte on this comparison. Her team's staying clear of any Markle-related headlines, making sure she's kept far from that drama. This whole mess tore apart Meghan's latest claim, that she's a serious political player with worldwide power. Instead, it's a public meltdown no one can ignore.
Who revealed the late Queen was so fearful of Harry and Meghan that she wouldn't want to be alone.
I think that Harry is a damaged person, and damaged people cause damage. He has no understanding of how to, from his family life, and neither does
the Queen. Always used to make sure that she had somebody with her.
She wants the world to admire her like Eleanor Roosevelt, but instead she's mocked like Sarah Palin. Word from inside DC and Brussels. Political insiders are laughing at Meghan's ambitions, calling them a confusing mix of Instagram activism and empty buzzwords. She talks about politics but can't back it up. Hits comedy with lawsuits but cracks under a late-night sketch. If Meghan can't handle Colin Jost's roast, how's she going to face Xi Jinping or Vladimir Putin? The whispers are growing louder. Her political dreams don't stand a chance. In a world where power demands thick skin and sharp wit, Meghan's playing a losing game.
Harry is speaking his truth, which is that he's a very dejected and traumatized human being. And Meghan is projecting her truth. She knows that her brand has to run on positivity and optimism.
And if Meghan truly wants to ride alongside Brigitte Macron, a figure already tangled in scandal and European scorn, she's choosing the absolute worst role model. That SNL joke, it wasn't just a joke, it was a brutal reflection. Instead of seeing a future leader, Meghan glimpsed a punchline. Power, praise, prestige. That's what she wanted. But the public doesn't spare royalty who demand privilege without paying the price. When even Brigitte Macron is insulted by the comparison, maybe it's time Meghan stops playing the victim. It's time to rethink everything, or risk losing it all. Meghan thought she'd win sympathy. She got silence instead. After her SNL blow-up, the numbers came in fast, and they weren't pretty. Polls showed her favorability plummeting in both the US and UK. A full 63% of Americans said the parody hit the mark. Only 19% still saw her as someone with real political weight. Even her usual defenders in the media, they went quiet. The message was clear. She didn't just lose the room, she lost the crowd.
Really struggling with where he's at and where he fits in.
Some sort of therapist to help him with whatever issues he's going through, because I don't think Meghan's going to help him. She's in her complete own world.
So it's funny too that you keep saying Meghan Markle, you know I'm Sussex now. You have kids and you go, no, I share my name with my children.
Yes.
And that feels so, I didn't know how meaningful it would be.
Even her old allies bailed. The Guardian, silent. The Atlantic, not a word. One journalist didn't hold back. You can't act like a world leader when your profile screams failed influencer. Meghan could have laughed it off or played it smart, but she didn't. She lashed out. Behind the scenes, insiders say the meltdown was brutal, and Hollywood felt it. Netflix execs, comedians, producers, they're backing away fast. No one wants to touch a PR disaster. The mood at Netflix flipped fast, from cautious hope to, we're done babysitting her brand. One showrunner flat out refused to even get on a Zoom call with Meghan after she demanded a rewrite that made her look like a misunderstood global saint. The message inside Hollywood is loud now. She's not worth the trouble. Even Oprah and Tyler Perry, total silence. She used to be an asset. Now, one exec told Variety, she's a walking HR complaint. That's not star power, that's damage control waiting to happen. So Meghan tried to spin it. Her team launched a PR campaign blaming it all on American sexism and European-style mockery. But even her usual backup wasn't buying it. Vanity Fair, normally on her side, called her out. They reminded readers that SNL roasts everyone. Biden, Beyonce, nobody's safe. Meghan, she's not exempt, and once that crack formed, the internet took over fast. TikTok exploded within hours. Parodies of Meghan's voice, fake podcast clips, mock royal press conferences, nothing was off limits. One viral skit had her demanding an apology from Brigitte Macron for simply existing. Someone even made a fake perfume ad called Mini by Meghan, trashing her obsession with elite branding. The joke wasn't just on her, it became her brand. Meghan's meltdown didn't just backfire, it proved the punchline. By snapping so hard, she confirmed exactly what SNL mocked. Obsessed with image, allergic to criticism, and totally clueless about how satire works in the West. And while the world watched her spiral, one person looked like he wanted to disappear. Prince Harry was humiliated. The fake Brigitte Macron slap went viral, and he couldn't look away. One critic mocked, "At least Brigitte actually lives in France." Even Harry's old military buddies are stepping back, confused why he keeps letting Meghan drag his name into mess after mess. His silence, it's not grace, it's fear. Meghan, meanwhile, has burned through every title, from Duchess to Diva to Internet Punchline, and it's all her own doing. Meghan tried to play the long game, pitching herself as America's Brigitte Macron. Elegant, smart, political, but Mini Macron didn't crown her, it crushed her. Online, the name became a joke, all style, no depth. A senior DNC staffer reportedly said, if she had White House dreams, they just died. Even French media took shots. One outlet wrote, comparing Meghan to Brigitte insults the French First Lady. One is educated and diplomatic, the other is Meghan. This wasn't just bad PR, it was a total image implosion. Meghan didn't just step into the joke, she posed for it, smiling, posturing, thinking she was playing 4D chess. But now she's famous for all the wrong reasons. Her Netflix deal, frozen. Her podcast, done. Archewell, barely breathing. The industry's verdict? She's not a powerhouse. She's clickbait, mocked, not respected. Brigitte Macron? She stayed classy. Meghan? She became the meme. While Brigitte Macron keeps doing real work, global diplomacy, education reform, charity, Meghan keeps doing damage control. No scandals, no drama from Macron, just results. Meanwhile, Meghan's clout now relies on people like Colin Jost making fun of her. But Colin didn't just crack a joke, he blew the whole brand apart. In 10 seconds flat, he ripped through years of Meghan's stage vulnerability and PR-crafted image. And the worst part? Everyone watching knew exactly who he meant. Jost didn't target a character. He went after the brand, status-obsessed, shallow activism, fake feminism, fame-hungry. And this time, Meghan had no control over the narrative. The internet smelled blood. TikTok exploded with mini macro memes, fake charity ads, and clips mocking her titles, her voice, even her podcast. Her defenders? Silent. This wasn't just a bad look, it was the truth the public already believed. Meghan wants the crown without the cost, the admiration without the criticism. And worst of all, she can't take a joke because the world already is one step ahead. If enjoy the gist and you're still here, please subscribe. Hit the like button for the next deep dive and drop your comments below. The conversation is just heating up.